Oh my God, this thing just kind of shaking, blobble, 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 blobbles. It's a whole different experience. I mean, she doesn't like to dance sideways. It's more of kind of a gentle lean into the direction. Here I am on the Harley Davidson Street King 2022. This is actually Joe's bike. He's on my Africa Twin. Let's see how this thing performs. Right now it's a real heavy son of a bitch, and these are some really forward controls. I wasn't expecting it to be that forward. I kind of gotta stretch out there. The clutch is quite nice. I think it's cable or hydraulic. I think it's cable. There we go, second gear. Gotta really get it into second. What a beautiful ride though. The suspension is quite stiffer than mine. It's a whole different feel. The seat is much more comfortable. I feel like I'm folded over like a taco, but it's not an uncomfortable taco, you know. It's kind of like doing a tour in the back of in the most uncomfortable place, and then it turns out that it's the back of a Volkswagen Bug. It's not that bad, actually. You know, being in the back of a Bug isn't that bad. It's a nice, comfortable position. Your feet are upon these large floorboards, which are actually quite nice to sit on. The controls for the feet are a lot more forward than I expected. The turning signals are on each end of the bar end, so I got to remember that as far as when I'm turning and how much brake to produce. I really haven't tested the rear brake because I haven't really been able to get my foot out there without paying attention to everything else. So I'm still riding and learning as we go. We're coming up to Orange Avenue now. We're gonna make a right up ahead. Watch out with the golf cart. There we go. Decreasing gear. Let's cut down one more in gear. It has a nice hard stop for first gear. Once you hit in first gear, man, it really doesn't go anywhere else. This thing does like to rumble though, especially at idle. My God, this thing just kind of shaking, blobble, 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 blobbles. It's a whole different experience. The grips are thicker. The hand levers are thicker. The seat is thicker. The foot controls are thicker. It feels like I'm dealing with slabs of metal as opposed to delicate controls that are supposed to kind of guide you in and out of precision movements. It feels like I'm taking a sledgehammer to the whole process. This is a torquey son of a bitch, I must say. It is 103, 113 cubic inch, something like that. Street RoadKing. Lovely bike so far, honestly. I thought it would feel a lot heavier, and it really doesn't. There we go. Coming through downtown Winter Park, coming across Orange up to Fairbanks, and Fairbanks we're going to take it all the way down until it turns into Aloma, and we're going to head out to the Jeremiah's on Aloma and Forsyth. I think I'm in second gear. I really can't tell. This thing is enormous and it has so much torque. I really shouldn't be shifting gears as often as I am. I'm just kind of used to my Japanese bike so far. Let's see if this guy tries to cut me off. Nope, good stuff. Okay, I'm still good. God, it feels like an airplane or like a biplane, or that it needs to create friction and power in order to do things. How's it feel?
Like it?
It's completely different. I honestly don't know if I'm sold 100%. Yes, I love cruisers. I like the idea of them. I like what they do. I like what they're designed to do. Will I buy one in the future? I have no idea. This is a lot of fun though right now. Oh, there he's braking. There we go. That's first gear still. Holy shit. That gear is so long. It just lasts forever. God, again, it feels like I'm just holding on to Thor's hammer and just lightly twisting it as it goes along. You know, there's no need to really hurry here. This thing is just kind of chugging along with as plenty of torque as it needs to. You don't have to downshift. You don't have to upshift. You can just kind of exist in a gear. I think I'm going to try to exist in this gear again. Yep. It just does it. And again, that hard stop for first gear, so it turns out I was in second there. Let's see how easy it is to get in neutral. There's neutral. Not too terrible. You can stiffen it up as well, the suspension. Actually, user 1 is probably going to be the best for that. User 1. But you can keep it in urban too. Yeah, let me see if I can tell Joe about the traction systems and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of differences between this bike and my bike, I'm going to be honest. A lot of it is visceral. It's what you feel. You know, the mirrors are a little too close to my knuckles and they hit. These floorboards feel like I'm stepping on the ship of an old wharf ship, like an old Navy ship or something. I'm on the deck and I'm just out here. You know, there's something important I'm supposed to be doing and I'm supposed to stand ground doing it. That's what I feel like. I have a large piece of metal between my legs. Now, it doesn't have any front fairings, which is super cool too, because I get to eat up all the air. I feel like I'm out here and I'm having fun. Granted, I am going 35 miles an hour, so it's not super crazy. Let's see if we can get around this car real quick. There we go. Let her open up just a tiny bit. She honestly feels real good. Let's see if I can get her to turn a little bit. Oh, she just tucks. Now, she doesn't really like to she doesn't like to dance sideways. It's more of kind of a gentle lean into the direction. And it really doesn't need a whole lot of lean angle. It just kind of goes the direction in which you're trying to tell it to go, which is nice. You know, on my bike, you kind of gotta chuck it over a little bit with a little more counter steering. This one, the rake is a lot more open and it just kind of falls into the turn, which is quite nice. I got Joe here on my right quarter. I'm going to keep it on the outside of this turn as much as possible. Whoo! Back end got sideways there. Don't want to downshift in a turn to this motherfucker. Holy shit, that was a little scary. Back end got a little washed out in that turn. I downshifted, I think, into first gear. And it doesn't like to be anywhere else but where it's at right now, honestly. For what I'm doing, second gear or nothing else. Nope. Put it back in a second. It's like a tractor. It just kind of chugs and chugs. It feels like a generator. And it's just kind of producing miles per hour. Sustainability or something. It's just, with all of its massive torque and movement and momentum, it's just perpetuating its movement like a diesel engine. That was scary. That back stepped out pretty good too. I'm glad I handled it, because that's not a fun turn to get squirrely in. Joe's right back there on my back right quarter. We got Caleb back there too. I bet I look like Easy Rider on this thing. I'll tell you what though, I absolutely love the color on this thing. Burgundy is the way to go with this. It is the way and the truth and the life. Burgundy on black, minimal chrome, gorgeous bike. Real smooth engine. Feels like a tractor, like a Porsche. A Porsche at idle feels like a tractor until you start revving it. With this thing going, feels like a tractor. But it's a tractor a lot of people live with and enjoy, and honestly I can see why. You know, it's this big meaty hammer. It's a large tool, which gets the job done in the United States and many other places throughout the world. So I was in third there. Yep, I was in third. Just a little? RoadKing, couple miles in. Honestly, it's a lovely little touring bike. It doesn't feel heavy on me. It cruises really well. It maintains its speed. It's a lovely little cruiser. It's much more than I expected. I expected a big, shaky, heavy, uncontrollable thing, and it's actually quite tame and quite modest for what it is. It's a large beast, and it's performing out well. We're out here in the streets of Central Florida, and I'm quite impressed. Here we go, showing up to Jeremiah's. I'm gonna show these guys from Melbourne what's up out here in Central Florida.